And just like every other time, we are back. My name's CHARBEL MILAN. Today we got,
William Rivera.
ALEXIS MONTOYA.
Agent DOOLEY.
and this is a time shared. We want to go ahead and thank everybody who's tuning in, who's been tuning in, keeping up with us. This is happy hour, straight sauce session, and we're going to get right into it with a shot. Cheers, boys.
That bit warm as fuck.
That's that cognac. Ooh.
That is so gross.
That's unique.
Well, right off the bat, I guess I just got to know, man. What's the difference between wholesaling and flipping?
All right, let's jump right into it, man.
Nah, bro. I feel like I just took a shot of the 40% alcohol that's in that bitch. Bro.
Yeah, that was all 40%. That was 100% of the 40%.
Yeah, that was absolutely
All right.
terrible.
So, what was the question again, sir?
I just always hear you talking about wholesaling, flipping, and like I kind of understand the two, but I want to know, like, from an insider standpoint, what's the difference? Like, amount of money you need, like how you get started.
So there's a big difference between wholesaling and flipping, but they all kind of tie into each other, right? So we do both. So obviously, this office that we're in is, the Diamond Home Acquisitions, wholesaling operation office, whatever. We have the computers. This is like the acquisition. So we're basically looking for the source of the deals. So when I'm a flipper, I go to wholesalers because they source me an investment opportunity, right? And as wholesalers, we find, investment opportunities. So that means calling distress lists where you're calling people that have recently got divorced, people who have had their water shut off for 30 days, people who are in pre-foreclosure, probate, anything like that. People that are more likely to be motivated to sell their property for a discount, right? And what we do as wholesalers is kind of like, you're getting something at a wholesale price. So let's say a house is worth $100K, right? Because I'm going to buy it in the next 5 days for cash with no contingencies, I want it for $70,000, right? So I'll get it for $70,000 and I'll wholesale it to a flipper, meaning that I put it under contract, meaning that I have equitable rights in the property. So I'm not buying it. I'm not putting any money down. I'm saying, hey, I'm willing to buy your property for $70,000, right, in the next 15 days, right? And then within those 15 days before I actually buy it, I assign the right to buy that property for $80,000, which means that I'm making $10,000 from 70 to 80. And I sell that property usually to a flipper, right? So I don't have any of my money in it. I'm basically selling the opportunity to buy that property, right? So that's what wholesaling is. It's a little bit, more nitty gritty. You're dealing with homeowners that are usually distressed or going through some bullshit. We're trying to help them out by buying their property without having to list it or have an agent in there or get foreclosed on, God forbid. And as a flipper, I'm actually buying the property with my own cash, either mine or a lender or whatever, and I'm renovating the property and then selling it to an end buyer. So let's say someone gets it you get the property for $70,000. You wholesale it to me for $80. You make $10. I put 30 in it, so I'm at 110, and I sell it for 170 and make $60,000. That may take me 3 months to make that 60 grand. It takes you 15 days, you make your 10 grand, and we both go about our way. So you sourced the deal from me, I purchased it and rehabbed it, and then flipped it to an end buyer. So those are the differences.
So just to get one thing straight, if you run into an opportunity in the process of wholesaling where you see a potential for a good flip, do you just kind of take that for yourself?
Yes, that's a great question. So as we say we keep the best, wholesale the rest. So if I find a fire deal and I get it for 70, I'm going to keep it for 70 and then flip it. But unfortunately, so far, we've come across a lot of rental deals, not a lot of flips for myself. But when you find a good rental deal, a good wholesale deal, just like if you find a good shoe or a good product, you're going to keep it for yourself. So if we find something really good and sweet, we'll take it for ourselves and we'll flip it. Everything else, we'll wholesale it, make 5, 10, keep it pushing.
I love it, man. Well, on the topic of wholesaling, man, how does it work with shoes? Like, how do you know what you should resell or even just products in general? Because I know you've kind of branched out outside of shoes. You've been talking about heaters and stuff. How do you know what's going to resell?
So basically, every season I feel like is a good way to see what you could possibly sell. So for example, in summer, I was selling fans, and in winter now I'm selling patio heaters. So I'm consider myself like a seasonal reseller. Whatever I know I see like a demand for, I'll go out, buy it, resell it for more. So how to like find those products? Basically, you just kind of go on eBay, you can go on Amazon, you can go on Instagram too. That's how I source all my products and see what there's a demand for. And once I find that demand, I go out, I try to source areas that will hold that product. And when I go, I buy them for a cheaper price and sell them for more, whether it be eBay, Amazon, Instagram, or like other apps.
So through your years of experience, do you almost find yourself sometimes running into like a random situation or even just sitting around hanging out and you get an idea and you think about, oh, like I think I could resell that. And then you go look into it?
Yeah, of course. So all the time I'll like think what is the next product? Like what am I gonna buy in January? What am I going to be selling around that time? So how I find those products is basically doing like product research. And I actually learned product research from Will, where like you can go on Amazon and see like the best sellers, and I'll just kind of scroll to the bottom to see not what's number 1 or 2, but to see like what's number 50. Like what are people already buying that I know could have potential to be at the top soon, and I'll kind of like see what I can like potentially find in my local area that I don't have to order online, and then start selling it slowly and get that like traction going.
And you do that primarily through FBM, Fulfilled
Yeah,
by
FBM.
Merchant.
Right.
Wow.
And same thing with shoes too. Like I'll hold particular shoes. Let's say like right now we're going into winter, right? All the black shoes that were dropping in the summer, I know they weren't gonna have high resale because no one's wearing really like dark colors in the summer. Everything is like white, yellow, blue, red, right? So what I did was I held those shoes for the winter. And now that it's winter, all those shoes are gone. Literally all of them. I sold all of them for a higher price than what I bought them for.
So here's the crazy part, right? We're talking about wholesale real estate. We're talking about wholesaling items, shoes, everything. But it's like when I first heard of wholesaling, it had to do with e commerce. And I remember that you used to tell me that, or I think you said this last time, you said it's not just about finding the product, it's about being able to find the supplier to get you that product.
Mhm.
So, as far as drop shipping goes, man, I know we've talked about Amazon, we've talked about Shopify, but for someone listening right now who's never even heard of the concept itself, what exactly is drop shipping and how do you like tie in wholesale like manufacturers with that? Like, how are you able to drop ship at a profit?
Yeah, for sure. So drop shipping, all drop shipping is it's an order fulfillment method. So a lot of people they tie the name drop shipping to like scamming because of all like the bad like e-com people out there just scamming people. But all drop shipping is it's an order fulfillment method. Basically, you're selling something without actually keeping stock of it. You know, Gymshark started out that way. A lot of brands start out that way because when you're drop shipping and you're not keeping stock of your items, there's a like a large a lot of people can do that. You know, you don't need a lot of capital to start that way. So that's why drop shipping is very popular. But you know, if you were drop shipping on Shopify, the model would basically look like this. You would have a website, you would drive traffic to that website with paid advertising, whether that's Facebook ads, Instagram ads, Snapchat ads, whatever it is you're using. And then people would come to your site and they would shop the products on your site. Once you get an order, none of those products you have in your warehouse or at your house, you know, wherever you're keeping stuff, you don't actually keep inventory of anything. When you get an order, your supplier would get that notification and they would ship out that product to your customer. So if someone bought a makeup brush from my site for $10, right? I would get that $10 deposited into my account instantly or the next business day. And I would take that $10 and buy the makeup brush from my supplier for 5. And he would then ship it to my customer. And I would keep whatever's left as profit. So that's like the most simplified way I could explain drop shipping. And then obviously, once you start shipping out thousands of orders a month, it makes sense to keep the inventory in house and you kind of stray away from drop shipping because once you start buying things in bulk, the costs go down. Once you start doing all the warehouse stuff yourself, you got employees, the cost goes down for shipping as well. So that's why you see all these big companies, you know, get their own warehouse, have their own inventory in stock. So drop shipping is kind of like the beginner entry to like e-commerce.
I know you mentioned about how it's not only about finding the product, it's finding the person who can supply it.
Hmm.
So how does that go? Like how is there where's the barrier? Like what keeps me from being able to contact the manufacturer and get a certain product
Right.
that you can?
That's a good question. Yeah.
So there's like a big difference between drop shipping on Shopify and then selling on Amazon. They're kind of like they're very similar, but at the same time they're opposites as well. Whereas like when you're drop shipping on Shopify, you need a good product. Like the winning product is what's gonna make you sales. You need something trendy or something that's gonna solve a problem, etc. When you're selling on Amazon, you don't need a winning product because you're selling name brands, right? The number one bestseller on Amazon could be like a 24 pack of crayons. And you can easily find that out by going to bestsellers on Amazon. You're not scavenging for products like you are when you're drop shipping. The reason why you need relationships when you're selling on Amazon is because Amazon lets you see all the best sellers. Everyone knows what's selling on Amazon. But what differentiates those sellers that are making money and the ones that don't are the ones with relationships, right? So you could know that crayons are doing 100,000 a month on Amazon, but unless you have that relationship with Crayola where you have a wholesale account with them or you have a connection with one of their distributors, you can't sell their products on Amazon. So that's what like separates like the low level Amazon sellers and the high level ones when it comes to selling wholesale on Amazon.
Jeez, that's crazy, man.
It's crazy how everyone's like business model kind of like is similar to each other in its own way. Like drop shipping is kind of like the wholesaling for real estate. And I feel like there's a definite correlation between like what's the easiest and like what's the messiest. You know, like drop shipping, the people that do the digital dash and they make a freaking store,
Yeah.
it gets a bunch of sales and they have no supplier, then they just dip. Bad business. Or people in wholesaling that just lock up contracts and tell homeowners, yeah, I'm going to get your house sold in 5 days. Or I'm going to buy it in 5 days, but they don't have a buyer or they got it locked up too high and now they can't sell it. Like there's definitely a correlation between what's the easiest to do and like how messy it can get. You know, like when you're doing FBA, you're serious. You have skin in the game. But the less skin in the game you have, it's like people like the easy way in. Whatever is no cash, no investment, people just jump into it. You know, so that's why I like being able to dive in and have skin in the game because it makes you more of a professional, you know? Like when you're doing FBA, you're investing $5,000. You're getting Amazon Prime shipping. It's going to go good. You know, when you're flipping, you're buying the property yourself. You don't have to worry about finding an end buyer.
Yeah,
You
they're
know,
very
so
similar.
it's just interesting how everybody, you know, every industry has like that one way that's super easy, but it also has a bad rap because it being super easy, it attracts everybody that's looking for a get rich quick scheme. You know what I'm saying?
Here, let me ask you a question that's just kind of been sitting with me, and fuck it, I'm gonna just put it out there, right? Let's just cut right straight
Just
through.
cut to it,
Okay,
man.
I know
Let's
nothing about wholesaling.
Mhm.
How do I close my first wholesaling deal in 60 seconds?
Okay. And this thing is, bro, I get asked this question a lot, and I'll try to do it in 60 seconds because I mean it's so simple. I'll just preface it with this: it's so simple. I mean, a lot of things are simple, as in like they're easy to understand, but they're not easy to do. You know, simple but not easy. So wholesaling, literally, the name of the game is to talk to as many people that are motivated to sell their property for a discounted price as possible. Right? So literally, I'll even get the websites. Go on propstream.com, $99 a month, right? You can pull a list and literally just go to vacancy. It'll say vacant, right? And it'll tell you properties that are vacant because they're getting return mail because no one lives there, right? Pull a list of 5,000 for free. Pull 5,000 lists. Now you have a thing of data, an Excel sheet. You have 5,000 addresses, but you don't have any numbers or anything like that. So now you go to, let's say, needtoskip.com or batchskiptrace.com. You'll take that list, an Excel sheet, you'll put it in there. It'll be about 15 cents per lead, so it'll cost maybe $200 for 5,000, right? You put it in there. It's going to skip trace. It's going to give you maybe 3 numbers per person and phone numbers for each person. It's basically going into data and saying, based off this person's first and last name and their address, this is their last 3 most used numbers. So now you have maybe 3, 4, maybe even 5 numbers for every single address that is vacant in a certain area. So now all you gotta do is pick up the goddamn phone. People they don't want to do this part, right? So you can go on Mojo Dialer, upload that list, and literally you can just dial, right? And what Mojo Dialer does is every time someone hangs up or doesn't answer, you can just drop a voicemail that you pre-create with mine says, hey, my name is Jordan. I was just giving you a call about your property. Wonder if you're interested in selling, right? So I just drop that, they don't answer. It automatically goes to the next person. When someone picks up, then you do your script. Hey, my name is Jordan with Diamond Home Acquisitions. I saw your property at ABC Street. I was wondering if you're interested in selling. Yes or no. You're going to get 90% no's. And that's the hardest part. But that one person that says yes, you can make $15,000. And that's really it. Obviously, the negotiation and getting to the closing table is a whole, different aspect. But literally buying data, calling on that data, finding a motivated seller and getting to the closing table is how you do your wholesale deal. You'll lock it up with the purchase and sell agreement. You'll send that to your closing attorney. You'll find an end buyer. You'll sign a contract with the end buyer. You send both of those to the closing attorney. They clear the title. You do a double closing, which means that you're using the end buyer's funds to purchase that property and making the in-between, and that is literally a wholesale deal. But most people stop when they call 100 people and they all say no. But that 101st person would have said yes, and you'd made 20K.
That's the crazy part, man. I've heard like what's his name? Grant Cardone talk about that. One other guy, I can't think of his name right now. But they all talk about how like just pick up the phone and call. Just pick up the phone and call.
Just pick up the phone. The thing is about wholesaling, and I'll admit it, bro. Like, I don't really like the business. It's very tough, and sometimes it's annoying. You're calling people with a 1% chance of someone saying yes. But it's just when that one person says yes, the fact that you can have little to no risk, but make tens of thousands of dollars is literally astronomical. There's no other business model like it. So you need the most consistency, but the risk reward is just, it's insane, you know? So that's really the gist of it. But I mean, if you want to get creative, you can text blast. You can do RVMs, which basically means it'll call you for like 1 second, right? And it'll show up as a missed call. And then I'll leave a voicemail. You'll listen to it and say, hey, my name is Jordan. I was just calling on your property, see if you're interested in selling, right? So if I call up 200 people a day for a week and send out 2,000 text messages a day and send out 100 RVMs a day, how many leads am I getting in a week? You know? So when you do that for 3 months, I mean, you can make $20,000, $50,000. You know, it's insane. So it's just, are you willing to go through all those rejections, all those no's, all the appointments where you waste your gas and go see your property and it never goes, you know? But the actual method and blueprint of closing a wholesale deal is very simple. It's just going about that blueprint. It's not easy.
Jeez, man. It's crazy because that's what got us in this office today. Is
Yeah.
all those times someone said no, you guys kept pushing and kept pushing and kept pushing.
Yeah, it's just, when you close your first deal, you start thinking about it different. You start thinking about, this is how I think about it. Let's say you're looking through a giant-ass fucking box. I mean, a giant-ass box, right? And most of it is just rocks and random shit. But you know for a fact that there's a $200,000 bill, if those existed, down there somewhere. You know it's in there, but you don't know where. You know it's going to take you 17 hours to find it, but you know it's there. Would you dig through the box? Like, that's the question. Would you do that? If you know it's down there, it's going to be a pain in the ass. You're going to hurt your fingers. You know what I'm saying? You're going to spend a lot of time wasted. But if you know it's down there, would you put in the work to find that dollar bill?
See, the crazy part is a lot of people would say yes, but in reality wouldn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People cap to themselves. It's like, yeah, I would do it. Yeah, I would do it. But they don't. I'm like, they get on the fucking phone. I don't get it. That's why we're actually hiring right now. And people, they're come into the business and say, yeah, man, I'll cold call. I'll drive for dollars. I'll do everything. They drive for dollars for 2 weeks. They spend $40 in gas, no deal. Ah, man, this is just tough. You're not fit for the business. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the hardest business models out there because you can go the most time without seeing a single dollar. You know, and it takes a certain amount of guts to just run to no end, you know? But when you're in the business and you close your first deal and you see that some come easy, some come hard, you just keep pushing. But perseverance is literally just the most important aspect. And people just, you know, when you say consistency, oh man, it's a cliche, but it's fucking facts, bro. Do the same shit over and over again, you're gonna get lucky. You might call someone, you're being lazy, hey, she said, yeah, I want to sell. I'm old as fuck. I'm about to move to a retirement home. I'll sell it for $30,000. You hit a 60 grand lick. The guys down the hall, they found a land deal in Brookhaven. Guy didn't know what the fuck to do with it. He inherited it from probate, so he didn't know what it was. Sold it for $200K. He found a buyer for $300K. Made $100,000. The dude's 18.
Damn.
I'm talking about right down the fucking hallway, bro. Came in and showed us the deal. I've never closed a deal that big. That dude doesn't know shit, bro. I know more than that nigga. But he was on the phone more than me, and he found a gym. You can't hate. He was calling.
That's crazy.
That's
crazy.
it, man.
$100,000.
$100,000.
Shout out to him.
$100,000.
Yo, I say we take a shot for that guy.
That's something
my.
to take a shot to, bro. Six-figure deal, bro.
Let's take a smaller shot.
Nah, he
though.
came
Yeah.
up for real. That's lit.
And the thing is, he has another. If this one falls through, he has another buyer at like 320. It's insane. So like that deal, anything in Brookhaven, bro, because there's no land in Atlanta. So if you find land, it's going, bro, because you can build something, sell it for 1.1 million.
I love how he came
That's
down the hall
crazy.
to show y'all.
He's like, yo, let me flex on these.
Right. Look at this deal. I'm like, okay, a little deal. He's like, 100K. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? You need help selling it? He's like, I want to buy it already. I'm like, fuck.
Damn.
Did you think he was cap at first?
I kind of did, but I know the kid. Like he's a solid dude. He's a humble dude. So he wouldn't, you know, he wouldn't
18.
cap. But I mean, I'm proud of him, bro. I mean, the thing is, it's just
Bro, I don't
you
even
call
wanna
enough,
take
bro,
this,
you're gonna find something.
And the thing is, like you said, bro, anybody could come across a deal like that if
Anybody.
they're consistent.
Yeah, I had this one girl, her first cold call ever. She got an appointment and it didn't work out, but like she didn't know what the hell was going on. We were behind her. Cause I was like, oh, ask the price. Ask if there's tenants. And she was like, is there any tenants? He's like, no, the nicest guy in the world. Just happened to be up there at 5 o'clock at night, answer the call, want to sell his house. You know what I'm saying? Appointment her. Oh, he's ass.
5 in the
oh
morning?
my gosh.
Your shorts are gonna smell like
Like
ass.
cognac.
Ugh.
But yeah, man. End of the game, bro. I'm never gonna hate on somebody that just puts in more work, bro. I don't care if you're good, smart, if you're consistent, bro. Outweighs all that shit.
See, I like that you
Yeah.
admit that. It's like there's no real.
There's
I
not
mean,
a secret, bro.
There's no secret. but
People
that's-
love secrets. You know why?
They want their.
It's because they feel like there's a reason they haven't succeeded yet. They're like, there's something out there I just don't know, and that's why I haven't hit a lick yet. But you know it. You're just ass. You know what I'm saying? But
Facts.
sometimes you gotta have that realization.
The same shit can be applied to like drop shipping too. Like if you know product research methods and you can find them on YouTube or buy a course, whatever, you know, there's good product research methods out there. And if you're consistent in researching every single day and you test, you know, a good amount of products, one of those products is gonna hit.
Yeah.
And I tell people all the time, like, bro, you could test 30 products, and then if one of them hits, it's gonna make you 10
Yeah.
times the money you just spent. Like
Yeah. The testing
one-
part is hard. Yeah.
Yeah, like
How does that work? How does testing work? I actually want to really.
so, you know, just running like for example, if I'm scrolling through Facebook, you can go up to the search bar in Facebook, right? And you can type in 50% off, or you can type in free shipping. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna show you anyone that's posted a video on Facebook with 50% off in the title or free shipping in the title.
Oh, yeah.
So obviously that's gonna show you all the ads that are on Facebook, video ads. And you know, I could search free shipping, and then I could sort it by views. And now I'm seeing all the videos that are getting the most views. Then I could go into the comments and sort the comments by most recent. And if I see a video was posted 6 months ago, but it's getting comments from 5 minutes ago, I know they're still pushing that video, meaning they're still running ads to that video. And then I could even go to the extent of, okay, this is getting recent comments. Let me click on the page. And now I go to the page. And every Facebook page has what's called page transparency, which is if you scroll to the bottom of that Facebook page, there's a tab that says page transparency. And if you click on it, it'll tell you if this page is currently running ads or not. And then if you click on that, it's gonna show you the ads that are currently running. So then you can, you know, mimic their ads, copy their ads, see what their copywriting looks like. You know, you can go very in depth when it comes to like things like that.
Damn. Facebook doesn't
So you
give a
can just
fuck.
That's a
go. So you can just go
bomb.
on
I remember-
Facebook, right,
Yeah.
and say, show me what products are hitting right now, and show me proof that they're hitting.
Yeah, bro. Like literally you could
That's crazy.
Bro, when I was drop shipping, I remember you showed me that, and that's like a
God.
hack. It's a
I
hack.
remember
for
that.
real.
Like,
I was typing in free shipping like
Yeah,
I do
motherfucker, bro.
that. I use that feature for like my personal brand too. Like when I want to start running ads for my course or running ads for my brand, whatever, I look up the top, you know, entrepreneurs that I know on Facebook. I go to their Facebook page, I go to page transparency, and then I go to their ads and I look at exactly what ads they're running. And then I look at what ads have been running for the longest time because I know those are
the most
working.
successful.
And then I just, you know, mimic mine off
And it
those.
even shows you the ads that aren't running too.
Yeah, it'll show you
Which
the
is
ads
pretty
that they
fire. I
ran
didn't
in the
know that
past.
Yeah.
Oh, so you know what flopped.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know
you
what
can
fly-
So you know
literally
what not
just-
to do. You know what I mean? That's
That's what I'm
fire.
saying. People they don't like
Damn.
think about learning from other people. Like they
Yeah.
think, oh,
Yeah.
don't copy someone. You don't have to copy someone, but why be Mr. Creative and do something that's bound to fail when you can literally say, okay, this is what's working.
Might
How
as
can
well.
I execute this but make it a little bit better and unique?
Yeah.
Like
That's
literally,
it.
like if you want to start a fitness brand, just go to Facebook, click on Gymshark's Facebook page, go to their page transparency, go to their ads, look at the ads they ran in 2017 compared to the ones they're running now. You know, shit changed, shit evolved. So then start running your ads like that because
Oh,
that's
God.
obviously working for them.
And that's what I like about e-commerce and, you know, the online world in general, because, you know, it's similar to real estate in terms of the grind, but like my grind is like I have to get in my car and go somewhere. You can literally go on your computer, go from Facebook to Instagram to TikTok in like market research the fuck out of everything and do it
Yeah.
semi instantly. You can get so much done. And that's what I love about the online world and e-commerce is that you can do all your research, all your scaling, everything from home.
And you can automate it too, like just like how you have VAs cold call.
Yeah.
I know people that have VAs that do product research for them. You know, they just build
Yeah.
a blueprint and they're like, look, all these products have to meet this criteria. Find me products
Yeah.
that meet all these.
VAs
and then,
are a hack.
yeah, and then every day they wake up and they got a spreadsheet of fucking products with the links and they just test them.
Where do you get your VAs from?
So I use talent.hubstaff.com. I like it because it lets you post a free job like posting. So you can be like VA needed for product research as the title. And then you put all your requirements, you put how much you're willing to pay. And then within 24 hours, you have like 50 VAs that have applied for that job. And
That's
then
what
you
I'm
just,
saying. And I think you can boost them on there too.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm thinking about something else. And it's crazy. People probably think VAs cost a lot, but they
Nah.
don't because a
Right.
lot of them are in the Philippines or whatever, and they $5 an hour is very good pay for them. So like, I just think of it in risk reward. You know, like if I pay a VA $5 an hour, right, 40 hours a week. Let's say 5 times 40. What's that? 200?
yeah,
200
yeah.
for 40 hours a week, 4 times a month.
That's great.
You know what I'm saying? That's $800. So let's say 10 months. That's That's $8,000. That's a lot of money, low key. But let's say
But
10 months, I could
compare-
pay a VA $8,000 for 40 times whatever, you know, how many hours. And if they close one deal and make 10 grand, which is like a decent spread for a wholesale deal, I still make money. And that's 10 months of not closing shit. It's almost impossible to lose.
But think about this, right? Compare that to how much you'd have to spend to have someone doing that here.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. And yeah, I was paying actually $10 an hour for my people that were working here, my acquisition specialist. But low key, what I thought, and this is how we kind of rearranged our business. I low key thought that they were too good to be having that many like pointless conversations. You know what I'm saying? These like Aria, for example, he's a superstar. Like he's super smart. He's a shark. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt bad just hearing him get hung up on whatever. You know, it's part of the game. But I'm like, how about I have VAs that are trained to do this? 2 VAs, so that's 80 hours a week, calling. And what they do is they send lead sheets from Mojo. So basically they have about 5 questions they have to ask. And when they ask those questions and answer them, they type them in and they send it straight to Aria. So basically my 2 VAs that are doing 80 hours a week, which is about 300 calls a day, they're sending all those good leads straight to Aria. Now he's taking these good leads, which maybe 1 in 4 closes, and having quality conversations. So he's having less conversations, but more quality conversations. So he's the one that gets the lead that's already a hot lead. Someone that wants to sell, decent price, whatever, will go to the appointment, who's signed the contract, and he'll do his thing. So I made it almost like Aria or my acquisition partner has his own employee that's working for him, feeding his pipeline for his own business. You know, it's very important that you structure your business in a way where everyone feels important and they feel like they're using their talents to the best of their ability. You know, not to say anyone's too good for cold calling, but for someone that's that talented, I wanted him to enjoy the conversations he's having, not calling 300 people and having maybe 20 people pick up, you know? So that's kind of how we shifted our business to kind of more virtual. And we took him off payroll and made him straight commission, but now he's closing more deals, you know?
Yeah, shout out Ari.
That's fine.
So how do you guys feel about scaling? Like everybody in here does.
Hold on,
something
hold on.
different.
We got to take our shot first.
I was
This
trying to
shit-
dodge it, bro.
This shit,
I was trying to dodge that shit.
I thought you keep passing it to me because you asked me to put the thing in. All right, y'all ready?
All right, Jesus, yo, shout out to that
Shit's
guy
like
closing the
lukewarm,
land deal
too.
for 100K. I don't know who you are. I hope it goes through. We're taking a shot for you.
Sponsor us so we can get some chasers.
Oh, God, you
next
got
episode.
bread now. Oh, God. Let's get we need some
Sponsor us so we can drop shit some chasers.
Oh,
All right.
that's tough.
So how do you guys feel about scaling?
How you guys feel about
Scaling?
scaling? In your prospective businesses.
Dude, that's disgusting, bro.
Or maybe talk about like how your operation was
And
at
how
the
it is now.
beginning when you had like the least amount of money, you need to put in the most work, and now I got a little bit of bread. Now I can
Yeah.
afford to hire talent or make my life easier. So
Bet.
like talk about maybe how it's grown from there.
So, for example, when I first started, I didn't have a lot of money. I only had, I think it was about $200, and then I was going to taste test as
Mhm.
well to like build
Shout out SMU.
capital. So I was doing that, and then as I kept making my profit, I kept that money separate. And I
Mhm.
was also using a credit card that my mom had me on, like an authorized user. So what I was doing was using that credit card. Anything that I had made, I was pocketing. Anything that I had to pay back, I was paying the credit card off. So that profit money, I just kept building and building and building
Recycling it, yeah.
because like for my age, I had bread, but I didn't have bread to spend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was still trying to like acquire money to build my business. So I kept profiting, whether it was $20, $10, $50, 100. Kept using that same money, and then it got to a point where I didn't need the credit card anymore. So I started using my own money, and then flipping it to a point where it was like, okay, now I have $5,000. What can I do with this money to scale my business to where I don't have to keep doing the $10 flips or the
Yeah.
$20 flips, right? So I started buying off of other people, making my job easier. So for example, let's say Charbel, he goes out, he's the one doing all the road work. He's buying the shoes from the stores, but he wants to resell them. So he is willing to sell me 5 pairs of his shoes for X amount of dollars. What I'm gonna do is offer him a market price lower, just
Mhm.
a little below market price, so I can sell it for market or more. And
But
then
you're buying bulk and then you're selling individually?
yeah. So
Okay.
then I would take that 5,000 because cash is king.
Yeah.
Like regardless if you have credit or whatever, when you're buying off of somebody else, cash
Mhm.
is king.
That's true.
So I'm over here. I have 5,000. I'm like, Charbel, I want to buy 5 of your shoes for 1,000 each, right?
Mhm.
I buy all those, then boom, I flip it. Now I'm making, instead of doing all that work and making $20 each, I'm buying them and making, let's say, $15 each, but it requires less work. So
Mhm.
then I have more time to find other deals like that,
Yeah.
whether it be shoes or, in my case right now, like patio heaters, whatever it may be. I'm buying it for bulk and then I'm flipping it, making my money in between without having to do all that extra work.
Yeah, people don't like understand, like they're like, how you scaling but you're making
Yeah.
less money?
And that's
But they
how,
don't understand that like even though you're making less money, you're spending less time, so you're
yeah.
spending more time finding ways to make more money.
Right. So then that's how you start scaling your
Yeah,
business
because now
because
you
time
might
is,
sell for $15, but now you found 2 batches that you can
yeah,
sell, you know?
I
exactly.
think you brought that up last time about how what's it called? Scaling essentially is figuring out how to leverage other people's time to make you money.
Yeah, so just being like smart with the leverage. For example, like ecom degree, I used to create all the content. I used to chop up my own videos, used to edit my own YouTube videos, and used to take up a lot of my time. Now I have Geraldo on my team. He edits everything I do. I'll record a YouTube video. I might fuck up 6 times in that video. I just send it to him. I'm like, yo, I fucked up 6 times, clean it up. And he'll clean it up. And then he'll chop that one video into an IGTV. And he'll chop up that IGTV into an IG reel. So now I got like different forms of content, which increases, my following. It drives sales, and it overall just benefits my business. When it comes to like drop shipping, I know when I first started, I got into drop shipping because you don't need a lot of money to start. I was like, okay, cool. I just need to save up like $200, $300 to put into advertising, put into marketing. So I got into that. And then once I started making money, that's when I started to like outsource a couple things, like hire a VA to do customer service. And even when I hired a VA, like I didn't have a lot of money, but like we talked about before, you don't need a lot of money to get a VA. A lot of people think you do, but you don't. So I had a VA fulfilling all my orders, answering all my emails. And then from then on, I scaled just by putting more money into Facebook ads and scaling the ads.
So for someone who's listening right now, and I guess kind of what Dooley said, like everyone's trying to get into the market, they're trying to take the less risk, trying to spend the least amount of money. But let's say someone's listening right now and they're like, "Hey, I'm down to put the money in. I'm down to put the time in." How would the approach be for each one of you guys individually? Like if somebody has capital and they want to get into wholesaling, right? It's
I
just
like
mainly what
that
you
question.
said, the VAs or
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, I like that question because I hate dealing with broke people, bro. Oh God, everyone asks, yo, what's the easiest way to get started? What's the quickest way to get started? And I mean, don't get me wrong, like, I'm a humble ass dude, so I understand that, like, you got to get it how you live. But I don't like when people are just risk averse. They're like, hey, what's the least risk in the easiest way that I can make money tomorrow? I don't want to work with you. I want to work with people that are willing to, hey, man, I have $10, but I'm willing to put in as much work as I can to get it done. But when you have capital, there is a certain strategy in all of our business, I'm assuming to, kind of work around it because, and I think the first thing when you have a little bit extra cheddar is going to be, cheddar's not a funny word. When you got a little extra bread, right? You got a little extra cheddar, right? You got a little extra cheddar. Is going to be to build a business, bro. Not just be an individual wholesaler. All right, sorry. Not just be an individual wholesaler, right? Because everyone is just a wholesaler. I'm just wholesaling. To me, I don't even like that word. It's almost like it's kind of shunned, like in the real estate world, being a wholesaler because you're not investing. You're just flipping contracts, doing whatever, trying to eat whatever. I think building a business is almost like building a brand. A business basically is a brand. People that don't build brands or businesses they're not going to survive the next 5 years, maybe less. Like drop shipping, I don't really know, but I feel like unless you build a brand, these little like multi-niche or super universal selling stuff off Alibaba stores are not going to hit because people know what drop shipping is now. People know a cheap Chinese run store when they come across it. You know what I'm saying? So for me, when I say you have a little extra bread, it's going to be create a business. So for me, I have an infrastructure. I have an LLC. I have an office. I have employees. I have certain contracts. When simple things as when I send a contract, I have an opening letter saying, hey, this is Jordan with DHA. I appreciate you giving us the opportunity to work with you. We have proof of funds with our logo on it, simple stuff like that. But I think the automation is going to be the first thing. So instead of just driving for dollars and writing on a notepad and getting back and calling people solo off my phone, having systems, so I'm a big person on systems and wholesaling because the follow-up is the key. You might talk to someone in April, but might not close it till December because selling a house isn't just, I'm going to sell tomorrow. It might be, hey, I have to clean up my house or, hey, I have to try to list it first and see it doesn't work and then hit you back 3 months later, whatever. So we have systems that take people from step A to basically step Z. So the first thing is going to be the initial contact, which we use Podio or what's it called? InvestorFuse. Those are two really good systems. So what that system is going to do is we can set it up based on if it's a hot, cold, or warm lead. We have it where they get a text from us or an RVM from us every 6 to 7 days. So I'm going to say, hey, I know we talked 7 days ago about your property. Just wonder if anything changed. If anything, let me know, give me a call. It'll be an automated message. But every 7 days, you're going to get that message from me. So it's automated in the follow-up, so I don't have to remember this. When you try to remember, I have to call this guy, and remember what they talked about, remember how the property looked, remember what personal thing they're going through, set up systems. So we'll even make it where if someone calls us and we miss the call, we'll have Zapier put it. Well, Zapier is like kind of like an integration app where Lead Sherpa, which is our text app, will automatically send them a text, like a plain text from our business. Like, hey, this is Jordan. We got a call from you. Were you trying to sell or buy some property? Something like that. So if we miss a call, that may be a blown lead, but now we text them and they text us back, and now that lead's back in our pipeline. And now they might not answer again, and now we have them a 6 or 7 day follow-up. So investing in systems that are going to put automation into your business and take all the legwork off. Yeah, I may make less money profit because I'm spending $100 a month here, $300 a month here, or whatever, or I'm hiring a VA or an acquisition partner. It's going to add up because I'm coming off as more professional because I'm going to call you tomorrow and I forget. No, I'm going to have an RVM set at 9 a.m. You're going to get this RVM from me.
Yeah.
So I think the biggest thing is going to be where you're making it more of a business instead of I'm just a person trying to act as a business. Because if you bring your personal flaws into your business, it's not a business. You know what I'm saying? If you're a lazy person, you're going to bring your lazy tendencies into your business, right? So I try to make it as remote and as automated as possible so my bad behavior, my lazy tendencies or sloppy tendencies don't get dragged into this wheelhouse that I have. You know what I'm saying?
That's interesting because I remember that was what happened when we first met. You left to close that deal with that dude that said he didn't even want to fuck with you, and then 45 days later.
Yeah, and that deal was literally off an RVM. So literally, like I said, we bought a list, skip traced it, sent him an RVM that said, "Hey, this is Jordan. We had your address here on our list. Just wanted to see if you're interested in selling." He literally called back, said, "Hey, I got a voicemail from you guys, an old guy." We gave him a call back, viewed the property, literally wrote the contract. Everything was good. He said, "I don't know. I don't want to sell anymore," or something like that, right? We call him back a week later. He's under contract for the same price with another company. So we're like, we dropped the ball somewhere, right? So instead of just giving up, what do? We call him and say, okay, cool. When's your closing set for? He's like, oh, the 21st. Okay, cool. So we call him back 7 days later. Hey, your closing still the 21st? Yeah. Call him at 21st. Hey, you closed yet? He's like, nah. The lending is messed up or something like that. Call him at 22nd. Didn't close. That contract fell through. We scooped it the 23rd. Closed the 30th.
Scooped and closed.
You know what I'm saying? I get a lot of deals off other wholesalers that drop the bag. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Literally, because a lot of wholesalers will put your house under contract, not know what to fucking do.
Yeah, 'cause they're trash.
They
I've
don't
done that.
know.
They're trash. They're-
Anyone can get a contract from Google, a purchase and sell agreement, sign it. But they looked up Max Maxwell yesterday. They don't know what the fuck to do with it. You know what I'm saying? And
Bunch of
so,
garbage.
and what we did, we price cut them $5K. We said, hey man, you wasted our time for 30 days. We can buy it still, but we got to do 85 instead of 90 now. And we close in 7 days.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
mean.
And it feels good when you get a deal like that off a follow-up where you're consistent and you pick off where someone left off. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you just have to be consistent even when it looks like the deal may be gone. That's the name of the game in wholesaling.
Hell yeah.
That's fine.
Will, I got capital. I want to get started, and I'm also not a bitch. Amazon, how does it
That's
go?
the most important part.
So for Amazon, I would say like having more capital helps you as far as like buying inventory and stuff like that. But really, what you want to invest in is education and just learning the business from someone that's already like good at Amazon. Because really, just coming into the game with more money is just coming in with more money to lose if you don't know what the fuck you're doing. So I would say, if you have a lot of capital, invest in like a mentorship or like a course or something so you can learn, what to do. Because you make money on Amazon on the buy. They say that a lot in real estate, but it's true for Amazon too. When you have like a relationship with a supplier or distributor, you make money on the buy if you're buying it for a good price and then, listing it on Amazon and selling it. That's the easy part. The hard part is getting those good purchase prices for the items at like a discounted rate. So definitely, if you have more money to spend, invest in some type of education so you can wrap your head around the business and have someone to like kind of hold your hand through it.
But here's the thing. I feel like we never get enough out of you. All right, we're gonna get more today. All right, if you have money, how can you get in there though? Like, can you hit a like manufacturer up and be like, look, we don't have a relationship. You don't know who I am, but I'm trying to buy a bunch right now. And then you buy a lot. You come back to them and you want to buy more. Is that kind of how you get the relationship going, or what?
I mean, yeah, definitely. Like, if you're working with a distributor or like a brand, the more you buy off them, the more they're gonna like fuck with you later. Obviously, they're not gonna give you a good ass discount in the beginning if you've never bought from them before. But if you place a couple purchase orders, you're making slim margins, but you're still making money, and then you start negotiating with them further, they're gonna give you a better discount. So like, I mean, money does talk. Like if you tell them you have money and that you're trying to order like a bulk amount, they're gonna discount the price. So money benefits you in that way, but at the same time, like if someone comes in the game with lower capital than you and their negotiation skills are better, or they just have better connections than you, they can make more money than you.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Like sometimes connections beats money.
Yeah.
But connections are key.
Connections
bro.
is 100%.
It's not what you know, it's who you know.
Lex,
Yeah.
I'm freezing
Yo.
cold, man. How do we scale these patio heaters? Bro, you were at the post office 5 times today. You filled your car up 5 times to the point where now you're
Yeah.
about to do FBA. You scaled, bro. How did you get there?
Basically going back to what Will said about like connections, I made those connections with Home Depot specifically. And I was like, look, people are going to start coming in here. This is a hot product. And this is actually here in Atlanta. And I was like, but I have the money to buy all these right now. And they were like, well, we can only sell you 4. And I was like, look, this is my truck outside. I had a U-Haul truck. I was like, I can only buy 4. It was filled. And they were just like, oh, okay. Like at the end of the day, what do these companies care about, right? They care about sales. They want to make money, right? So why wait, till 20 people go in there to buy 4 each when one person is there right now willing to spend. I had cash too. I was like, look, I'm about to like cash out on these patio heaters. And they took me serious after I showed them that. They were like, damn, okay, like, we don't care what you're doing with them. You might be reselling, which they knew I was reselling, or you might actually have a restaurant. Cause like I told them I had a restaurant, right?
Yeah.
Just to like have them like show me love, basically, where it's like, okay, this kid has multiple restaurants. He needs these patio heaters. Then at the end of the conversation, I was like, yeah, I'm reselling these shits. But like,
Once the
but
receipt's printing out.
Okay, like, I already bought it.
yeah, but they showed me love, and that's because like I had capital. So going back to your question, if you have capital and you want to get into the game, just be honest. Be like, look, I have the capital. I want to make connections. I'm here to make connections, and how can you help me, right? And that's why it's important to find a mentor, find some type of education. And I agree 100% because I didn't do that, and because of that, I failed a lot, right? So when you have that education and those mentors, you kind of exempt some of those failures. You don't do what your mentor did. You do the opposite. So it puts you on top. It basically makes like your ROI up. Your percentages just go up because you're not going to lose. Obviously, you know, I'd hate to say like you are not going to lose, but sometimes you'll lose a little bit. But having a mentor and some type of educator just prevents
Cuts
a
in
lot of
half.
it. Right.
If
Just
you're-
learn from their mistakes, you know?
If you're interested in any losses, check out episode 2. We went deep into losses, but on the subject of winning so hard that you got to turn it into a personal brand. At what point in time did you guys get to the point? Because I know you were wholesaling, you were drop shipping, you were selling shoes, but then you started scaling to a certain point where you're like, I got to turn this into a brand. So how did
Yeah.
that happen?
I
Like,
mean, I've always been like documenting everything that I do. So I always had videos on e-commerce even before I was making money. But once I started like actually getting followers and stuff, and I saw that the people were liking the content that I was posting, I just started posting more quality content. And I tell people all the time, like, if you're trying to grow your brand, don't really worry about the quality in the beginning. Just get good information out there, because obviously it can always improve. And you don't have to make your Instagram an art gallery. I actually like following influencers and stuff, or entrepreneurs that have like that track record where I can scroll down. I can be like, dang, like they were bums in 2015 and like now they're lit. Like
Yeah.
I like seeing that story.
fire.
So you can see that on my Instagram too. Like you can go all the way down to where I had no content or like no e-commerce content, and you can kind of gradually see me grow. The content get better and better and better. And you can do that on my YouTube too. Like see the ass videos that I had before and then like what my videos look like now. So it's all about just getting content out there.
I love it.
That's a good point, man. I'm always, talking about content, bro. Like, and like you're talking about that store. If you scroll down my page, bro, like I have like some cringy ass pictures, bro. I have like videos saying like how to get over your fears. You know what I'm saying? In my backyard, in my mom's house. But the thing is, bro, I love those videos because at the end of the day, bro, like people can, when you post a lot, and especially, and I can go about this topic forever, and I'll try not to, but because when you post content, you're vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? And I almost told myself, I don't want to post content when I really was just scared. Cause I'm like, I got to put my face out there. I got to put my voice out there. I have to put myself out there. What if people don't like it? You know what I'm saying? It's a huge risk, I guess, mentally or to my ego. But to me, I was like, man, like, let me just put stuff out there and see what goes on, you know? And like Will was saying, it's not all about just creating this perfectionist content, because if you do that, you're not going to put a lot of content out. For me, it was like, let me put out content again and again and again and again and literally shove it down people's throat until they tell me they don't like it anymore or they do like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I post maybe 10 to 15 stories a day, tweets probably semi the same. And, when you get up there, it's weird how when you start getting up there and showcasing better things and more aesthetic things or more luxury things, people call you cocky or arrogant, whatever, when literally I'm just posting my life. I'm just lit now. You know what I'm saying? But the one thing that I noticed, bro, is you really cannot, I'm not gonna say I get a lot of hate or whatever. I don't, but I just kind of, I maybe assume people may think about me or whatever. But when you get those messages when someone says, hey man, like this little thing, helped me out a lot. Or hey, this post from 2017 got me into real estate. Now I'm doing 15 deals a year. When you get messages like that, it's like the worst thing that's gonna happen is someone's gonna call me whatever. But the best case scenario, I change someone's fucking life. And when you realize the power that your words and your content have on the world, you almost feel like it's selfish to not put yourself out there.
Like a social responsibility?
It's like I have a social responsibility with my mindset to put out the thoughts in my head onto the internet and have someone either hate it or love it. You know what I'm saying? So I just put out as much as I can so I can get as much feedback as I can.
But you just brought up a really good point that I didn't think about at all. Do you think you had that fear about posting content? And same for you guys. Do you guys think that the fear about posting content was from the fact that you didn't think you had the track record yet?
Yeah.
That's
Because I
a
know, like Drake, for example, like even if his bars aren't even that good in a song, he's got so many good songs. It's like, ah, fuck it, it's Drake. But did you kind of feel like, oh, I'm putting this video out, but like my track record isn't where I want it to be?
I felt like that, but I feel like people use that as an excuse to like not start. They're like, "Oh, I'm not a mogul yet, so I'm not
Yeah.
gonna post." Think about this though. Most people, let's say 80% of your followers are not mogul status. So who are they gonna relate more with? You or Grant Cardone? Sometimes it means more coming from someone that's on your level, someone that went to your school, someone that drives the same car you do, someone that's doing the same business that hasn't closed their first deal yet. Sometimes it's more inspirational to see someone in your same position going hard as fuck. It's easy for someone that's driving this and that and doing this to wake up motivated as fuck. But for someone that hasn't done their first deal, to see them in the gym or to see them in the office cold calling at fucking 9 a.m., that motivates me because it shows me, hey, you haven't closed your first deal and I haven't closed my first deal, but I see you getting up and hitting this shit. So I'm going to do the same thing. So like Will was saying, bro, just keep, if you know you're going to be successful, bro, just keep, like, document the shitty times, bro. I love, some of my most successful posts and tweets are showing the old me and the new me. People love to see that transition from the old you to the new you. So I document everything. And luckily, you know, I was just that type of person. I don't care if it was ass, if it was whatever. I was like, man, I'm going to be up there someday. So all the bad shit that's going on, all the stuff that I'm not doing, let me document this because when I'm up there, people are going to love to see what I started with so they have no excuse.
Respect. Fucking respect. How do you guys feel the same?
Yeah,
I feel the same way.
100%.
Like that's why like I posted content from like the beginning because I knew like when your mindset like shifts, because all it takes is a mindset shift to be like successful, like for you to be like really driven. So like when my mindset shifted, I was like, all right, bet I'm broke right now, but I know I'm finna be up soon.
At
So
some point.
I'm about to start documenting right now
Mm-hmm.
because I want people to be able to look back on this or like know when I started and know how far I've come. So like, yeah, when your mindset shifts and you're in that mode, like it's easy to post content. I had to get over like the reason why I didn't post content in the beginning is because I cared what people thought about me at first. I was like, you know, I'm this kid in high school. You know, I played basketball in high school, but really other than that, like I wasn't entrepreneurial or like I was like, how can I just like switch up? And I just had like a big, I don't know, like just it was a big obstacle for me to just start posting e-commerce content because I was like, what are people gonna think of me? But then I just told myself I was being a bitch. I was like, bro, you don't, like, doesn't matter what people think about you. Just start posting shit. And then it got easier and easier as I just started posting more and more content. And then when I started getting results, you know, that gave me that confidence boost to just like take off. So
I love it. You know, the craziest thing about it is whether we talk about wholesale real estate, whether we talk about resale, whether we talk about e-commerce, no matter what it is, it's almost like a frequency. It's like you guys are all hitting the same frequency.
That's
And
on God.
you know, like it's weird. It's almost like it's not necessarily relatable, but then it's like, okay, if someone can see that, all right, like whether I wholesale, I fucking flip cars, I do whatever. I just need to get myself to that frequency and everything will follow. And that's kind of what I've been starting to realize is being around you guys is it's a frequency. Even if something's going ass, it's going ass on that frequency. If something's going hard, it's going hard on that frequency. If there's a new idea, there's a new idea observed from that frequency. So, you know, we're almost at an hour. I know we're trying to start to cut these down, but for the last 5 minutes, how do you guys feel about just overall getting yourself to the next level? For someone listening who doesn't feel like they're on the next level, maybe they make a shit ton of money. Maybe they do whatever. Maybe they got a big following. But they just don't feel like they're on that next level, that frequency, that par. What do you guys try to do to keep yourself up there, to remind yourself that, you know what, I'm different. I believe I'm different. Maybe I'm not different, but I'm going to tell myself I'm different because I think I'm different. Because what the hell is this? What's even going on? Like, what do you guys do to reinforce yourself? Because it gets hard. It does. Like, being an entrepreneur is tough.
Yeah.
You guys kick ass.
I would definitely, you know, if you're trying to get to that next level, just remember what your why is. Remember why you started. Remember why you're doing what you're doing. Remember why you're waking up at certain times and why you're working on what you're working on. Because like once you forget about that why, and I had one of those times where it was like I forgot about my why and I was just kind of going out. I was splurging, having all this fun, where I forgot. Where it's like, damn, yo, I'm supposed to be doing this. Like, this is why I started. It wasn't to do this. It was to do this. Which, if you can stay in that mindset where you could just wake up every single day and remember why you started, you'll be on track to get to that next level. And I feel like that's like the simplest way I could put it.
I think your circle has a lot to do with it too. 'Cause it's like I can't wake up and just be lazy. Because if I check my stories, like Dooley's doing some fire shit, Lex is doing some fire shit. My other friends are like working on their business, grinding. It's like if all my friends were bums, I guess it would be easier for me to just be a bum too. You know, like I check my stories, they're smoking at the crib. They're doing some ass shit. Like I'm like, all right, bet I'm fine with doing some ass shit too, because no one that's around me is doing fire shit.
Yeah.
So I think just changing who you're around, changing your circle will put you on that frequency.
Right.
Just because you're surrounded by so much success, so much they're already on that frequency because they're successful. So like
Contagious.
yeah, it's contagious.
And that's important, bro. Like, you know, Will and Dooley, where if I see them go to the gym and I haven't gone to the gym, I will literally go and write down. I'll be like, I need to go to the gym. I don't care like what time it is. I don't care if I'm going late or if I'm going early. It's like I have to go to the gym.
Literally, bro. Like what I do is I woke up late today, bro. First thing I did was check Instagram. I was like, bro, let me see if Dooley or Lex posting stories already, bro. I checked. They're already posting stories. I'm like, fuck. Like, I gotta go work so I can film some content.
I be having to wake him up to get a selfie of his car. I'm like, yo, man, I got a guy. Send him an invoice. He's like, well, nigga, send the invoice.
Bro, like
our group chat we have is crazy.
And back to the group chat, bro. Like when I see Will or Dooley getting like, you know, $500 sales, $300 sales, I'm like, oh hell no. I'm like, bet. let me follow up with this kid real quick. I'll follow up, $300 sale. I'm like, hey, it's lit. All right, now I'm in the gang, and it just boosts your like confidence. So having a tight circle that's actually doing something is super important, because I remember where, you know, we didn't have a circle where everybody was doing anything. So I feel like it was at one point it was really just me and you. Yeah. And I remember like I would be like, yo, Will, you're ass for not waking up. Like, bro, come downstairs. We gotta ship out wake orders. You'd be like, oh fuck, all right, bet. Pull up and we'll ship out. But I remember there was a point where it was just me and Will, and we were just like, yo, like we have to do this. We have to do this. We're gonna do this. Go grind. Go eat. Then go to the gym. Whatever. And simple things like that, it takes you far.
Army
for
too.
real.
And if you don't have like that circle, you know, obviously like you're not doing something right, because if you're going to the right places, you know, talking to the right people, going to networking events, you're gonna get that circle. But like if you don't have that circle right now, you can also just follow people on social media that are doing great things and unfollow the toxic people that you're following
that
now.
Good energy, bro.
Just
That's a good idea.
Yeah, if everything you're seeing on your feed is like positive and like people are doing like great things, then that's gonna motivate you. Yeah. Like literally on Twitter, I have like my regular Twitter and I have a list, because you can create lists now on Twitter. And I have just like all the influential people that I follow, successful people that I follow in that list. And when I check Twitter, like I'm only looking at that list, because that's the only thing I want to see.
That's
you know, and literally when I look at that list, I see people promoting their courses or like flipping shit or like coming up. So like every time I go on Twitter, it like motivates me, and I tweet based on those vibes.
Bro, when I woke up today and I hit the group chat, you were up at 7:22, right? And I was like, fuck, he beat me, right? But your ass went back to sleep, right?
Yeah, I went back to sleep.
I did not let myself go back to sleep. I was like, yo, Will's up.
How'd you know I went back to sleep?
Huh?
How'd you know I went back to sleep?
You just said so.
Wait,
did you?
He just called himself out.
I'm saying, you asked me, you were like, but you went back to sleep, right? So I was like, oh, dang, he already knows I went back to sleep. So
oh, no, you said it like 5 minutes ago.
All right, bro.
Yeah, I know, but I
that
didn't let
group
myself.
chat's elite. Like,
I was like, I'm
It's
ass, bro.
the key thing, bro, is having a group chat, bro, where you can flex, bro, and feel like good about flexing. Like where you can flex and you don't have to hold anything. You can say, hey, I made $1,000 today, and you're like, turn up.
And it's not even
like I made 1,000. It's like, congrats, bro.
That's what I need to see, bro.
I got fired. You know what I'm saying?
It feels
like,
good.
I love that shit, bro. When I'm going in there, niggas are flexing on me. I'm flexing on them. They're like, yo, come up. You know what I'm saying? Like the worst thing ever is to be excited about something, and you tell your friends. and you know that they're envious. So you're like, I'm not even gonna tell you anymore. I'm excited, but I can't even express my happiness.
It kills it.
That's the worst thing ever, bro. And to end it out, and I actually have one more question after this, if I can remember, and then we'll end it out. But what was the question again? Talking about the vibes, bro. The vibes, bro. I live on vibes. Like that's like vibes may be real or not real, but so far it's fucking working out for me. So I just follow it. And that's the thing, bro. You don't have to overthink everything. It doesn't have to be, does meditation work? Does this work? Does this work? No. Does this make you feel good? Cool. Does feeling good allow you to do this better? Okay, cool. Then keep doing what makes you feel good, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like literally when I go, like I have rituals, bro. Like when I go into the steam room, bro, I say affirmations. If I'm alone, I'll be there. I'll literally talk out loud. I do this. I am wealthy. I am happy. I am excited. I am whatever. Does it work? I don't fucking know. But when I get out of the steam room, I feel happy as fuck and I go grind.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it works. I don't overthink it. It's do I feel good? Yes. Does feeling good allow me to be more successful and more effective? Yes. Then let's keep doing what makes me feel good. Is that going to the gym? Is that posting on whatever?
Hey, kill this cup, not my vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all about the vibe. It sounds so corny now, but
it is. A lot of the corny shit, bro.
It's the truth.
They think it's corny because we say it a lot, but we say it a lot because it's fucking true.
And to go back to like what Dooley's saying, like, you know how you do the affirmations or whatever when you speak out loud? Like some people, they get into like entrepreneurship and they feel like they shouldn't do what they like to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I've had people hit me up where they're like, I'm trying to get into entrepreneurship and I'm thinking about, not hooping anymore. And I was like, well, do you like hooping? And they're like, yeah. And they're just like, okay. I'm like, okay, well, you should continue hooping. Like that's what makes you happy. Yeah. But also find time to get into that entrepreneur.
Yeah, entrepreneurship should allow you to do the things you want. Like some days, like today, bro, I'm just like I've been just focusing on my flip more, so I haven't really been in the office grinding whatever. I just been monitoring the flip, doing whatever. Like I'll spend a lot of time at the gym. I'll literally go the whole shebang, bro. I'll hoop, I'll sauna, I'll swim, whatever. And it's stupid, but that $140 a month I spend on my membership has low key changed my life. It's given me like an opportunity to like have another thing, like almost like a mini vacation every day. You know what I'm saying? Where I can go and literally just get my mind right, get my body right, whatever, exercise. And like simple things like that just boost me. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times it's just about finding out what makes you happy, finding out what about that activity makes you happy, and then creating a lifestyle where you can do that more often, but still stay profitable.
I love
That's it, bro.
I love it.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I love real estate, because it allows me to create wealth very quick. And I love the online businesses because it allows me to do it with ease, or to I get done hooping, 2 niggas signed up, I'm lit. You know what I'm saying? I just made it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's insane, bro. I'm just so blessed to just be able to fucking live this lifestyle, bro. And people just they take it for granted, or they say it's too hard or whatever. But we're all living like none of us have jobs. How do you think we're doing this shit?
Sometimes, bro, like I'll wake up some days and I'll go to the mall. Like I live like 5 minutes from the mall, and I'll wake up, I'll go to the mall, and I'll walk out the mall making bread. Yeah. And whether it's my course sale or whether I bought something from the mall to resell, I'm thinking in the back of my head like, damn, bro, like life is good. Like not many people come to the mall to make money.
Yeah,
I'm over here coming to the mall
net worth
and I'm chilling, whatever. I could walk around the mall and I'll find something that I can make $20. Boom, I'm $20 more profitable than I was 10 minutes ago. And I don't complain. It's like, damn, like life is lit.
It's just,
but that's how you know you're a goat, though, bro.
Like,
Because the mall's already taxing.
Yeah, but still, though, like there's always money to be made, no matter what it is. Like whether it's these microphones, you could sell these microphones right now, probably maybe for more than what you paid if you find the right like customer. You just never know, bro. You just gotta try.
I love it. Well, hey, I just want to go ahead and thank everybody who's been tuning in. Cognac was not successful, but shout out Dooley for the bottle.
Yeah, it hit.
It hit a little too hard.
Yeah, let's say we take one more.
You're
man.
weak.
Close
Close
it's
it.
like our least shot taking
CHARBEL's
episode.
not about it, bro.
But I think you're usually the ones like
bro.
you said the word the shot time. What the hell, man?
Yeah, I'm about it.
This shit's
Damn,
just
he's about it.
All right.
I fucking had one more question I wanted to
I'm
ask.
gonna get cooked if I don't. So
Yeah, you are definitely.
you guys got me saying cooked. I've never said that in my life.
All
Yeah,
I'm
y'all
saying
got me
is-
saying some weird Collins Hill shit, bro. He's like, I'm about to knock. He's like, bro, I was knocked.
Put that on the flyer, bro. He said, till we knock.
8 p.m. till we knock.
I was like, oh, yo, this nigga half
This
a
nigga
mind,
Lex
bro.
hit me up.
Yeah,
He's
that's
like,
because you
5
said,
p.m. He's like, yeah, I was knocked. I'm like, what are you talking about, nigga? You got knocked out?
Bro, when Dooley, bro, remember when Dooley, this man tweeted some shit talking about like, have friends that call you a bitch, right? This man tried me, bro. This man, I hit him up. I said, yo, Dooley, you a bitch. This nigga was like, how?
Oh, no.
I just checked on my flip. Sent that nigga 25K a day.
I was like, I just checked on a house. What are you doing? He just sent a screenshot. I said, okay, I see what you're doing now. I just didn't respond. I said, nigga, shut up. I hate you.
But for real,
Nah,
that's why you
good
gotta.
shit, bro. I'm like, damn, I need to get some more paper now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The group chat has been elite, man. We made a whole lot of money in that shit already.
Hey, by the way, whoever's been listening all the way through, you guys have like an extra privilege. If you want to send any personal requests about like special questions about your business, special questions about any creative project, whatever it is, you guys been listening all the way through. You guys get the quick end sauce. You guys get the privilege of sending the personal questions, whether it's Agent Dooley or whether it's at Will Rivera or at Lex Montoya or at CHARBEL Milan. You guys send those questions in. We will take time to personally answer them for you.
Sir.
We can use like an
Facts.
anonymous name if you don't want your name out there. If you do, we can shout you out, whatever it is. But this is for you guys. I don't want to do this.
Hey,
but I don't
man,
wanna
toast
get
up to
cooked.
episode. What is this, a fourth shot or third?
These are
Fourth?
third.
This is our third.
Wish it was whatever. Shot number 3 for episode 4, man.
You could
Toast
take a
up.
4th shot.
Cheers.
We'll take it off camera.
Woo!
Bet,
Hell yeah, man.
Shout out to everybody who watched.
Yes, sir. Shout out, man.
If you haven't already, cop REC 50% off, a time shared, cop some merch, just resell it merch.
Yeah, for all y'all that don't know, a time shared discount code is the only discount code out there that gives you 50% off ecom degree. So like Sleek, whenever someone hits me up and buys ecom degree like off the site for 600 or I invoice them like 4 or 5, I'd be sick for them, bro. Cause like honestly,
Just watch the
if you just
episode.
watch the podcast, like you gonna get the deals.
You know the vibes, man. But listen, man. Listen, 50% off SMU and the 6-figure wholesaling playbook. And when the merch comes out, I'm going to pick one special person to get their first Stay
Yeah.
Profitable crew neck. It's going to go hard,
Wait,
man.
we supposed to do a giveaway this episode.
We'll have to do it next podcast.
Yeah. Oh, God. We forgot.
that.
Yeah, sorry,
Alright,
man.
man, so next
we gave
podcast,
away
we'll
sauce,
give
man.
away,
So next time we'll give away something physical.
Yeah.
I'll try to get my hoodies
Yeah.
in, and
I
we can
just have
like
my
give away
merch.
one of our merch.
My merch came in, so we can do like a care package.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
try to get my they'll be dripped, bro. Oh God.
Yo.
So listen, we're gonna do that for y'all, man. Shout out to my boy CHARBEL, man, hosting the podcast, chopping it up, doing the great edits, and giving us the opportunity to put this on for you
Word,
guys,
Yeah,
man.
this
So,
is dope.
so
Hey,
shout
man,
out to him.
Wouldn't be able to happen without you guys. I just want to go ahead and say that, you know, at the end of the day, we give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, if you're in Atlanta and you want to meet up, you want to chat up, you want to grab lunch, reach out. Reach out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
might
If you-
charge you, but
Fact.
reach out.
if you want to buy merch, that could lead to a conversation.
Yeah,
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
for
Like,
sure.
Oh God.
really, like, we're out here. So, yeah, I guess just like every other time. My name's CHARBEL Milan. Today we got.
Alexis Montoya.
William Rivera.
Agent Dooley.
This has been a time shared new series, episode 4, and we're out.
Peace.